we're gonna talk about why food and what foods help with inflammation. That's such an excellent question. So, my name is Sun Jung from Hungry Gopher. A couple of days ago, I talked to my mother. Just for short 4 years ago, my mother had debilitating severe back pain that she could not stand up straight when she woke up in the morning for a couple of hours. So it was really difficult for her, and she went to see numerous doctors, and her doctors told her that her back pain was so severe she got the disc, and she got the steroid injection regularly. She was almost unable to walk for a couple of hours when she woke up. And hey, how are you? Well, if you just showed up, say hello. I'd like to say hello to people so that I know I'm not alone here. So if you're watching this, I see the eyeball, which is good. So I'm gonna go to chat box and say hello and tell me where you're from so I get to know you and we are acquainted. That way I'm not talking to a green dot, which is a little daunting. So say hello, just type in where you're from. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. That's wonderful. Where are you from, Gary? So we're gonna give Gary a few minutes. I didn't mean to put you on a spot. So the more people who show up, so if you're just joining, you're in Pyeongtaek. Oh, that's awesome. You're in Korea. Oh my God, that's so cool. I'm dying to go back to Korea. It's been a handful of years, so that's cool. American but living in Korea. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh man, that's wonderful. I'm Korean living in America, so you and I in a bizarre world here. So that's good to have you here. Thanks for joining me. That's wonderful. You're living in Korea. So going back to topic. So today we're going to talk about what food and why the food is helping with the inflammation. So I was talking about my mother that I talked to my mother a few days ago. This is the lady in 2017. She had severe back pain that she couldn't stand up straight when she woke up in the morning for a few days. So, oh my God, Gary, you lived there for almost 12 years? Wow, that's awesome. Well, congratulations. That's really fantastic. Yeah, I can't wait to go back there. That's really cool. Thanks for sharing your story. Okay, back to the story again. So I talked to my mom, and she had severe back pain in 2017. And the other day when I talked to her, we just laughed and chuckled. I can tell her mood has lifted, and she's so live these days. It's wonderful to talk to her. But it wasn't always like this. When she had severe back pain, that she was in so much pain, she lost her smile, and it was just really difficult to watch her. But at the core of how she transformed in a short period of 4 years, her severe pain to going hiking with friends, they're a couple of decades younger than she is. A core of it is lowering inflammation in the body. So I got this anti-inflammatory formula, not only food, but there's a little more to that, a lot more to it actually. But this is all based on epigenetics. I was gonna go in a little science behind why this is working. It worked for me when my medicine steroids stopped working after I used steroids for 3 decades. So for me, it worked for flare-ups and also without intentional, just side effects. As you can see here, from 2015 to 2015 to 2017, I lost 14 pounds in 12 months and never saw it again. But that was just side effect of lowering inflammation in the body. So if you guys are ready for science, type in yes. If you want to hear about science, then I would love to go over it. And say hello if you just joined, and let me know where you're from, like Gary is. Gary said he's been living in Korea, Pyeongtaek, for 12 years, which is awesome. So type in chat. Also, if you have questions, as I go in, just type in questions in the chat box so I can answer them as they go in. And I know it takes maybe a few minutes to think about your questions. So type in your question down there in the chat box so I can answer them for you. And if you have the questions later on, just ask me by email or if you're watching in a social media, you can leave comments in social media, and I read every single one of them. So you can access me that way as well. So why inflammation helps? So simple. Well, simple, awesome science here. So it's based on epigenetics. So what you eat, so your gene is inside of you, and this is you, and that's your environment. There are a lot of things in the environment, one of which is food, and I put specifically kimchi here, but food that either lowers inflammation or raises inflammation in the body. So when the food goes through you, you actually takes it and it goes inside of your body and it talks to your genes, right? So epigenetics, this science is coming from epigenetics. Epi means above. So you're above your genes. Genes don't determine your health. That's myth. You actually change the expression of your genes. One of the easiest ways to do it is eat anti-inflammatory foods that lowers inflammation in the body. Because what anti-inflammation, why inflammation and food connection is there is that when you take the food that's highly inflammatory, your body immune system sees it as a something that's harmful to you. It sees it almost like as a pathogen. So it reacts, and in the course of your immune system trying to protect you, it shoots out all these inflammatory chemicals. That chemical settles wherever your genes are weak. So for me, skin. I've had skin problems since I was growing up, since I was born. So for me, it expressed a lot in skin and also joint and muscle pains. I used to get sprained, easily get sprained in yoga classes, and I wore wrist and ankle support almost every day, even in my 20s. And for my mother, back pain was the most predominant, that it went to her back. Also, she was pre-diabetic before she tried this anti-inflammatory food. And after she tried it for 4 weeks with me, when she went back to Korea and got the checkup, her pre-diabetes was gone. And when I just talked to her like a couple of days ago, she said she went to see her doctor, get regular checkup. Korea has awesome universal checkup medical system there. Gary probably knows. So if you just joined, I'm talking about why food and what food helping with inflammation. So if you have any questions as I go on, just type in so I can answer your question. If you don't, that's cool too. You can just listen in, or anything pops up to your mind, just type in. If it doesn't help, let me know. If it does help, that's good. So Gary said, yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for responding to me. So I know I'm not just looking at the just green dot. It really helps me to see your response. So say hello, and even if you don't have questions, joining in, because it's a community and I hate to just talk to you. I rather want to have conversation. It's a lot more fun that way. So just type in where you're from, and I love to know where you're from. It's always, it's always good to know where you're from and where you're hanging out. It always thrills me to share it with such international people. So where was I? So the inflammation. So when you lower inflammation in your body, when you eat the food that's anti-inflammatory, then it lowers inflammation in the body, and your body has less toxic to deal with that way. Then it doesn't have to, because your body is always trying to do the best for you. So if you have a lot of inflammation in the body, a lot of toxicity, it's holding on to the water weight. So it's really hard to lose weight because your body is trying to detoxify for you. So it does a lot of wonders for you. So one way that you can turn on good genes is doing something healthful and eating healthful food that's anti-inflammatory, lowers inflammation in the body. They'll turn on good genes, healthy genes. That way you express health rather than disease. So that is the nutshell of it. I know I threw a lot of science at you, but one thing to remember is, so I'm gonna go, hey, you're from California, Soaring Energy. I love that name. That's really cool. Wow, that is a really cool name, man. And Malik, that's a really cute name. You're from Virginia. Ah, that's awesome. Thanks for saying hello. I really appreciate that. Thanks for joining me today. So today we're talking about what food and why the food is helping with the inflammation. So I was talking about sharing my mother's story of that she had severe back pain in 2017. The other day when I talked to her, I was like so energized because she was talking about her adventure with her friends that, my mom is in her youngster age, in her 70s, and she started doing push-ups these days. When I see her pictures, I'm like, is that bicep in your arm? And she said, yes, I started doing push-ups. That's how energized she was. But just short 4 years ago, she couldn't stand up straight for a couple of hours when she woke up in the morning. And when she tried this anti-inflammatory meal plan with me back in 2017 June, when she came, she gave me this wonderful book about Korean pickles because we both really love food. And she signed it, so I knew exactly when she was here. And I just looked back and like, wow, that's literally just 4 years ago, almost to the dot. And she's just thriving, and I'm just so excited. So that's why I'm here sharing the story with you. So the best way, one of the easiest way to lower inflammation in the body is eating something that's anti-inflammatory. That's closely related to gut health, because if you have less inflammation in the body, your gut is calming down. That means your immune system is calming down, because 80% of your immune system is located in your gut. So without getting healthy gut and having lowering inflammation, by taking down highly inflammatory food and adding anti-inflammatory food, pro-gut food, that's what I would call it, then you can actually see the results almost immediately sometimes. Then you just see more lasting result. So that's wonderful to have you guys here. Thanks for joining. If you haven't, the best way, I'm preparing something awesome for you guys. I'm gonna give you a master class about Korean health secret masterclass. That's coming up. I'm preparing really hard for you. So any input that you have, any questions, any thoughts you have, type in the comment in the chat, or if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, type it in there. But the best way to contact me, communicate with me, is by signing up to my newsletter. So it's in the description box below. How you can there are top 3 easy kimchi recipes for gut health. And when you go to my website, which is hungrygopher.com here, you can also find top 3 anti-inflammatory recipes, really simple, easy ones that you can start your journey with. That way you can get the really instant access right away. So sign up there and sign up to my newsletter so I can continue to update you with the upcoming fun events. So I'm preparing Korean health secret masterclass, which will be really fun. So I'm gonna go in depth, and I'm trying to give you here is a very snippet of a little science and the proven system that I've tried the past 6 years. So I'm gonna try to give you a little nugget. Sometimes it's a little challenging, but so that's where it is. So go to Hungry Gopher website. Okay, here. I'm getting better here. Woo, there you go. So yeah, so if you have any questions, or say hello and leave comments and invite your friends, especially the ones who'd benefit from this. I was so sick, and it was hard for me to get out of bed, and I was in such pain that I just yelled at my husband for no reason. After a couple of years of that, I just wanted to stop yelling at him to save my marriage, basically. So if anybody's in that really tough spot, if you're stuck there, I figured it out with my health and wellness mentors. So it's a proven system. It's working for my mother as well. She's been doing this since 2017. It's a system. It's not only food. There's a little more to it. You gotta have a little bit of lifestyle. There's that. So okay, let's go back to a little more science here. So food talks to your genes directly, because that goes into your body. You're consuming it, and food talks to your genes. So if you eat good food, it'll turn on healthy genes. If you eat bad food, it's gonna turn on the genes that express disease. I know it's science. It's science. You guys have Google, right? Look up epigenetics. They'll blow your mind because your genes don't determine your health. That's a myth. That's old science. Epigenetics has been around for decades. That means you determine how your gene gets expressed. And one of the easiest ways to turn on healthy genes, that way you suppress the genes that might express disease. That worked for me to get rid of my steroids that I used for 3 decades, and I got no more flare-ups. It's just all the history that yeah, it's amazing. And for my mother, she was overcoming her severe back pain all naturally. I'm not saying that you should drop all your med, follow your medical practitioner, follow your doctor's advice. This is not one thing or another. It's integrative. Whatever you do, this will add to your health and wellness. Because I've been living this way for 6-7 years now. So it works. So sign up to my newsletter. Go to hungrygopher.com, and I'm preparing an awesome Korean health secret masterclass. So that's coming. That's going to be all free, and it'll be super fun. So leave comments, and thanks for joining. I see a lot of eyeballs here. Say hello, and even say hello to each other. I think it's wonderful that we have such loving community here, and that I'm always inspired from you guys. You guys are committed to your health, your well-being, and when you heal yourself, you heal the things around you. You're very powerful, and your genes are super powerful. It's so easy. Turn on healthy genes. So let's do it. It's so much fun. The core of it is eating really delicious food. So we're gonna do a lot of that and more. So sign up to my newsletter, and tell your friends. Join. I'm gonna do this weekly live every Thursday. The time might change. I'm gonna see which time fits the best, because you guys are from all over the world. Gary's from Korea, Pyeongtaek, and Malik Clark, hopefully I'm saying your name right, from Virginia, and we got Soaring Energy from California. Hey, California, I love California. I live here. So, all right. So thanks for watching, and thanks for joining, and I'll see you next Thursday with another topic. We'll just go a little bit of that dancing. All right. Good to see you guys. I'll see you soon next week.